Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Bald Explorer Live. I'm Richard Vobes. I'm the man that goes roaming around the countryside with his camera in one hand, a microphone in the other, interviewing people and getting them to tell me all about their favourite place, and or wandering around making it up as I go along, trying to make coherent sense of what I see about me in this wonderful landscape we call England and its surrounding little satellites like Wales and Scotland. Not that I've been up to Scotland, but I've sort of been into Wales. I can't remember if I've done one in... yes, I have, because we went to Rodney's Pillar at the weekend, ladies and gentlemen. We went to Rodney's Pillar, a great big edifice that juts up on the top of a hill. Well, more of a mountain, really. I can't remember exactly how high it is, but it's something like 1,200 and something feet. I don't know what the definition is, the height that you need to be a mountain. Actually, maybe someone could remind me. Ed Warren did tell me when we went up Black Patch, because that was just a few feet short of a mountain. Went up a mountain, came down a hill. No, wait a minute, that's the other way around, isn't it? Fool. Now you may think, hey, Vobesy, you're looking very sporty tonight because you're sporting the old, what do you call this? Hoodie. Here it is, look, the hoodie. Ha ha ha. The hooded... I can't do the blooming thing. There we are. The hooded... The deep and evil hooded claw. Yes, well, I've been doing some exercises, ladies and gentlemen. Been doing some exercises. You see, Harriet goes down the gym quite regularly. She's gym fit. And I need to keep up with her, and I need to keep up with all these hill walkers that seem to be around, tuning in on the show, and I need to keep myself into fine fettle. After all, yesterday, didn't I have a nosebleed pouring out on the show, pouring out blood everywhere? We were swimming in the red stuff. Not too keen on that, I can tell you. And my poor old sister, she had to get her nurse's outfit on, and she had to attend to her poor old brother. What a shame. So it was fantastic. Lovely to have Corinne here yesterday. It's always lovely to have a guest. Seems a different dynamic when it's just me and my own. Never quite on my own. Eric is here somewhere. And Martin Snow. Where is Martin Snow? Thanks to the band over there. The band, it's very nice of you. Thank you for coming in. Yes, it's lovely to see you. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. It's always good here. We're a happy, friendly bunch. But let's see that there's actually somebody out there looking at the show. I always double check. I have to switch over and have a check. And here we go. We've got Andy Ash. Hello, Andy Ash. And we've got Graham Whittingham. Give yourself a nosebleed. Yes, I probably will give myself a nosebleed if I keep on going at this state. Judith Oakley is out there. Philip Naylor. Hello, Philip Naylor. Lovely to see you all the way from Nottingham. Hi-ho! Robin Hood, riding through the glen. Robin Hood, he's just seen Big Ben. He must be late. Force the gate. I'm making it up as I go along. I've no idea what I'm talking about. Maggie Walters, Anne Osborne. Sorry, Anne. So nice to see you there. I read a letter from Anne yesterday, and then this evening, yesterday, Jane got in touch and said, hey, I'm one of the Annes up and down the country, one of the slightly more mature folk who love your programme and think you're great. So thank you, Jane. I'll give you a special mention on the show because you email me after every podcast and say how much you enjoyed it, and it's so lovely. So I do really appreciate that. We've got Jake R. Walsh out there, of course. Bloodstream. Hey, Richard. Yes, it was a bloodstream. Julia is out there. Evening all. Hello, Julia. Just making sure all the purple is in the hair this evening. I jolly well hope. Elaine Brazier. Hello, Elaine. Good to see you. Claire Leach. Nice to see you, Claire. Kushti. Hello, Kushti. Nice that you've come along. And all the usual. And Stevie Blake. Now, Steve Blakey, you're on holiday. You are on holiday and having a wild time, no doubt about to sort of elevate yourself up to the nearest mountain in wherever it is, part of Wales. I think you're in Wales as well. So that's all good. Yes, so there we go. And Sher Simpson Guppy, could you please say hello to me my dad, Steve Blake. I've just done it. I must be a mind reader. It's all the vibes from the Vobes, don't you know? All the vibes of the Vobes. So there we go. We're doing very well. So it's Thursday the 13th of March, but then not Thursday. What am I talking about? Mind reader. My mind has gone fucked. It's not Thursday. It's Tuesday. We've got Wednesday to get through. Yeah. Oh, blimey. Middle of the week. Wednesday. Yes, indeed. So that's all quite good. Julia has just announced that she's repurpled. She's repurpled on Sunday. Well, she's coming into the studio on Thursday. She's going to be at her second little trip to the old Vobes household here, and she'll be sitting next to me with her freshly purpled hair, and I will be thrilled, absolutely thrilled, to see that lovely vibrant purple, because I can't do that, you see. I could slap on some paint and paint myself purple, like a little purple, well, like, what was the name of Violet, wasn't it? Violet in Charlie, what's his name? Charlie, I was going to call him Charlie Chocolate, and the something factory. No, but it's Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I know, and his golden ticket. I've got a golden ticket. Do you remember that? I obviously don't, because that wasn't the tune. Anyway, none of this nonsense. Hello, Adrian Brown, who's just joined. Lovely to see you as well. Mark Selwood has joined us, which is great. Anne Evans says, I hope you're not going to have be a bleeding nuisance tonight. I'm a bleeding nuisance every night to somebody. Somebody somewhere will be watching this like this. What the devil? Somebody somewhere, you can guarantee it, they will be watching the rerun either on YouTube or Facebook, and they'll be going, is he for real? Maybe they're American, they'll be going, oh gee, is he for real? Is that a limey? That's not a very good American accent. I appreciate that. I've just upset all our lovely American friends. I do apologise. I'm so sorry about that. It's easily done, don't you know? Anyway, I'll try not to be a bleeding nuisance. Thank you, Anne. It's very kind of you to say that. Claire says, could you wear purple? I could wear a purple wig. And do you know, at one time, just looking around, at one time I had a purple wig. I did have a purple, when I used to do clowning years and years ago, and had a red nose and a purple wig and a silly outfit and a revolving bow tie and squirty water fingers. I'm making that up now. I did do a bit of clowning, but I never had squirty water fingers, whatever that is. That reminds me, I had a tendency with my children. My children will know this. My kids will know this. This is a funny thing. No, it's not funny. It's not funny to you. It's hilarious to me, but it's not funny to you. We used to make up songs. Do you make up songs with your kids? We used to make up little songs. Now, if Georgie was here, my daughter Georgie was here, and I said, my name is Fred, she would sing the rest of the song. And now Harriet didn't believe this. And one day when I was at Harriet's, I said, we used to make up these songs. And I sung part of the song to Harriet, and she said, you're talking rubbish. And I said, no. And I picked up the phone, I rang Georgie, and I said, hey, Georgie, my name is Fred. And she carried on the rest of the song, and Harriet's face dropped a million miles. And she said, blimey, I never believe you. Anyway, the other day, I think it was my sister and I, we made up a song to the music of Frère Jacques, I think it was. It's, I've got to try and remember it, because I've just announced this. I've got to try and remember the song. We were singing, I don't know how we got onto this, but it was just changing the words a bit and being silly. Not that of course, I am never silly. This is all perfectly designed. There are pages and pages of script. You know, it's taken me ages, a bit like Douglas Adams in a small room trying to knock out today's show. I have been pulling out follicles to get this absolutely perfect. But we would make up these songs, and one of them would be, you know, when you do something and you say, I'm not sure I can do that because I've got to nip out and go and catch a bus, and they say, fair enough, mate. And you go, fair enough, mate, fair enough, mate. Have you got tiny little fingers? Yes, I have. It's just a song. You can use that. Sing it to your children. We do have these other songs, and no doubt they will come out as time will go. My name is Fred, and the other one was my old mum's a dustbin. But let's not go there tonight. Anyway, Elizabeth Housden has just arrived. She says, hello, Richard. I'm sorry I was liars. I think that's a predictive text there. Late is probably what you meant. Cooking again, but I now have a glass of wine, so all is well. Do you know, I can't remember the last time I had a glass of wine, but I can say cheers and chin chin. It may look like vodka, it may look like gin, but I can tell you, in this glass there is nothing but water. Nothing but water. And down below I have a cold compress in case the old nose does its exploding job. I only do that for the sympathy vote, you understand. Someone in my situation needs as much sympathy as possible. Anyway, we're getting nowhere. We're just chin-wagging and nothing is actually happening. We have not moved the show on one iota, which is a bit daft. So anyway, Lindsay Kerr! Hello, Lindsay Kerr! Radio School. And Julio, it's marvellous to see all these lovely people. I'm sorry if you're watching on YouTube and you're not getting a mention. I do apologise. I really should try and do something and remember who comments on YouTube and then give you a welcome, because even though I can't see you and it's before you actually get to see it, because this is recording before it goes out on YouTube. Did I tell you, by the way? Did I tell you about oh yes, I told you about the £14.99 for one streaming service to make me enabled it to do twice. Oh, hey, yeah. And talking of that, ding, little brains going on there. Maybe we should have a little bit of brain music at this point. I had a phone call from BT today. Yes, I know, I'm one of those poor saps that has the BT telephone service. It's an old thing. Alexander Graham Bell had something in to do it when he went, ahoy! Down the old, the little receiver at one end to somebody else who went, hey! Anyway, a BT rang me up and they said, we're just checking everything's all right with your service. And I said, actually, to be honest with you, it is actually quite good. I'm being able to stream my show into the stratosphere, and it goes giddying around, and eventually it lands in the laptops of those people who have no idea what the hell is going on and didn't want to see it in the first place. But I've converted them all to my fans, and they're now watching religiously. They daren't switch on the television or do anything else. Russell, of course, is one of those. McDonald Bell, who he's torn up, ladies and gentlemen. He's gone like this. He's gone, oh yes, BBC licence. BBC licence, oh yes. How much do you want? Russell McDonald Bell to pay 100 and... How much? No, I'm not doing that, because the Vobes is free. Unless, of course, you become a patron. Which is slightly different. I've just managed to get paper all over the thing. Anyway, so BT rang me up and they said, is everything all right? And I said, yes, it's fine. Thank you very much. It's all very good of you. And then they said, can we do anything else for you? And of course, when people always say, they sort things out and then they say, oh, could I do anything else for you? And I always add something like, well, you could come and mow the lawn. That would be nice. It was a lovely sounding young girl called Shannon who was on the phone, and she was fairly new at it. And I don't know where she was in Crawley, because I said to her, where are you ringing from? She said, Crawley. I said, oh, creepy Crawley. She said, yeah, creepy Crawley. I said, oh, I know it well. I nearly told her about... I did nearly say, are you in Leopold Road? Just in case, because that's where John George Haigh, the acid bath murderer, of course, hung out and shot Mrs. Duran Deacon in the head and sort of got her into a big vat of sulfuric acid, if you want to try it, and put her in head first with her legs sticking out and eventually pushed her legs in because she melted into a horrible yellow sludge. Wasn't nice, wasn't pleasant, certainly not for Mrs. Duran Deacon, and not really for John George Haigh, because at some point later he was hanged for it in 1949. Go and look that up. Anyway, that's by the by, but I didn't ask her if she was in Leopold Road, because that would have been very rude and she would have been scared. I don't know where they are, BT in Creepy Crawley, but that's where they were. And I said, oh, well, and then she said, is there anything else I can do? And I said, well, do you know, my hair needs perming. Would you come over and perm my hair? So she said, no, she was giggling away, But I said, hang on a minute, I have got a question for you, because she wanted to sell me this dongle. She said, oh, maybe you'd be interested in dongle. I said, I've got a dangle. Is that the same thing? No, she said, giggly. She said, no, it's something you plug into your laptop and you can be wherever you like if you need to suddenly send that emergency email, for example. And I said, hey, wait. is it possible with this dongle, not a dangle, but a dongle, is it possible, I said, to stream? Because I don't want my dingle to stream, but I want my dongle to stream my signal out from wherever I am. Because I said, you know, if I was at Glastonbury and I wanted to sort of pour out my heart to the world and sort of broadcast something, could I do it? She said, oh, yes, you could. I said, oh, well, that's interesting. I said, but what are the data rates, you see? The data rates, dear. The data rates. It's so important you get on the right data rate. So she said, well, I don't know. She went away. She came back and she said, you get 50. It was a 50 megabyte upstream because it was the upstream, not the downstream. I said, the upstream, love. The upstream's what I want, not the downstream. I don't care how much I can get down. I'm streaming out from it, you see. I want to be streaming out. So she said, oh, yeah, it's about 50 meg up. I thought that's quite good because I want an HD picture from Glastonbury with Julia and I. Hello, Julia. Hello, Richard. Hello, Julia. Hello, Richard. How you doing, Julia? Oh, I'm doing all right. How's your purple hair? Purple. Why am I don't know what I'm doing. Sorry, Julia. Anyway, she said, well, you can have 2 gigs worth of bandwidth at £10 a month, or you could have 15 gigs at £17 plus VAT, of course. I thought that's quite expensive. I said, does it roll over every month? No, and you've got to sign a contract for 2 years. 2 years! I said, no. I said, that's too much. I want a dongle, not a dangle. I want a dongle that I can pay as you go. Well, we don't do it. So I'm still trying to find so we can do a live show. Julia and I can be live from Glastonbury. It sounds good, doesn't it? Everyone will think we're at the music show, and they'll be expecting us to be playing some, you know, some of those wonderful hot songs like this. Anyway, enough of that. If I've got a nosebleed, oh my god, quick. Anyway, so on with the show. I'm so sorry. I don't know. I haven't got a guest. Hello, 1, 2. I haven't got a guest in here who's keeping me sedated. So like, nurse, it's time for my injection. I do apologise. I have got a list of things to do, ladies and gentlemen. I actually have got a list of things to do. I was looking at it going, there ain't going to be much in this show. I think I better take a break, ladies and gentlemen. I better take a break because today, fantastic. This is amazing, ladies. This is amazing. Elizabeth Houston. No, sorry, I'll just get on to yours. She says, if you have a problem with BT, go on Twitter. I struggled for 3 days with them with no proper response at all. I went onto Twitter and within seconds, she says in capital letters, they contacted me and they visited me the following morning and punched me on the nose. No, they fixed the problem. Remember this, guys. Yes. It's funny, though, there are some places. Harriet had a problem with Sky. Yeah, she had a problem with her Sky thing. The box, you know. The Sky box. And so we went on Twitter and I put some nasty, you know, Skybox let us down, they're not answering their phone, it's, you know, conked out, this is whatever the thing was. Nothing. And I think some of these companies have learnt, just ignore it. Just ignore it. Because eventually you get a bit bored, don't you, going, oh, Sky let me down. Oh, sod it. Sod it. So sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Jake says, wouldn't it be funny if Julia overtook the show? It'd be funny if she walked in this door right now, I tell you. That would be slightly worrying. Vobes coming over from Glastonbury. Yes. Oh, that's the music over. Anyway, Christopher Cox says you make me laugh. Well, I'm struggling. I am struggling. I'm doing my best. I am doing my best. No, it's not mugging him down. Matron. Anyway, now listen. It's time for me to take a break because yesterday we were talking about, this is all thanks to Russell Graham Bell, who suggested that we have vobing reporters, not roving reporters. No, vobing reporters. And it so happened that you only have to mention one thing on this show, and before before you know it, we do have some Vobing reporters. Now, this is from Maggie and Robbie and their lovely little doggy, and they have sent in a number of reports, and I'm going to cobble it all together and put it all out tomorrow, because I didn't have a chance to do it today because I've been running around. Remember run around? Anyway, but I'm going to play in a couple of little teasers to get you going, to show you that you could do this. The landscape in this is rather amazing. So here we go. Over to Maggie and Robbie.
Hello. We are Vobing reporters. My name is Maggie and this is my husband Robbie. And we have our 12-year-old Jack Russell, Dotty. We are in the Brecon Beacons National Park and shush now. And we are going to hike to Llangorse Lake. Well, we're not hiking actually to the lake, we're hiking up the hill behind us where we will see the lake.
So there we go. That's the first bit. See how easy it is? You just got to hold the camera up like this and say, "Hello, my name's Vobes. I'm standing here by a hill." And it's easy. It's fantastic. Isn't that brilliant? I'm going to get some polo shirts done, and we'll bung them up for sale and stuff. But I will have to make them as prizes to the best Vobing reporters out there. Don't you think that's a great idea? I'm going to play you another bit in a minute, but we've got some photos. Let me just make sure I've got the photos. Here we are. This is where they've gone. They've gone up on this lovely hill up here, close to the Black Mountains, in an unpronounceable name. Here we go. She sent me this message saying, "We attempted at being Vobing reporters today. Hopefully I will improve with practice." This is Maggie and Robbie Walters and their dog Dotty, and they're off to see Llangorse Lake, seen from, as they said, I don't know how you pronounce this bit, Mynydd Llangorse Ridge, up on to the Trig on Mynydd Traeod or something. Brecon Beacons National Park, the Black Mountains in Wales. And so that's part of it, that picture there that you can now see. But there is more to see. Look at this. I mean, it's amazing, staggering scenery, and they seem to be getting the weather, which is rather good. And this is what I've not seen this before. Look at this. I love the fact that the Welsh have put the red dragon on their trig points. I think that's great. Now, what would it be if we would put the Union Jack on our trig points? Because would that be seen as far left, then, far right then? Because we'd be alt-right, because we're all suddenly becoming proud of our nation, which I think is absolutely load of rubbish. Why can't we be proud of our nation? I think the Welsh are very proud of their nation, or at least their country rather, and the Scottish are very proud of their country. Well, not the Union Jack. We should be putting the St George's Cross. Not that St George I don't even think was English to begin with, but anyway, that's another story. But we should be able to put that. I think that I think that's a brilliant thing to be able to put on your trig points, because they don't use the trig points now. They're just places to aim for, aren't they? I think that's absolutely fantastic. What do you think? Do you think that's a good idea? Let's have a look. Oh, Chrissy Richardson thinks I'm on the jelly beans again. Well, left to my own devices, that sort of thing. The dog doesn't like being a Vobing reporter. No, I don't think little, what was it, Dotty the dog. Maggie says that she thinks she's robotic. No, you're not robotic. You're not robotic at all. Not like the Daleks. Now, if you've got the Daleks doing the rope, "I am a Dalek. You will follow me. I must obey. You will kill the Doctor. Be a Vobing reporter." Oh, nosebleed time. Nosebleed, Captain. Nurse, more tablets, please. Sorry. Let's have another little bit of Vobing reporting. Here's another little sneaky preview from the edit that's coming tomorrow.
This hill is the hill that we're going to climb first. It's called Cocket Hill. Ooh la la. And the views are magnificent. We are in the Black Mountains, and just over there you might see Llangorse Lake, which we'll get a good view from when we're at the top of this hill. Okay, we will crack on and get climbing. See you soon.
Fabulous. I'm so thrilled. Thank you, Maggie and Robbie. Thank you so much for being my very first Vobing reporters. Brilliant. What brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. You know, there we were making this suggestion. I didn't think for a moment, how little faith I had in everybody. I didn't think, oh, is that a nosebleed? No. Didn't think for a moment anyone would actually go and do it. And if they did, not so soon. Not so soon. It's fantastic. So thank you. Big thank you. That's so good. So let's crack on then. And what else are we going to be talking about over here? We've got the voting reporters. Let's just go into the group, because I like to go into the group and have a quick gander and see what's been going on. Because you're posting pictures and it's lovely, and it's giving me ideas of places to go with the walks videos, which is great. Of course, I can't just immediately go there. I try and plan a bit. But so this is posted here. This is very fascinating, actually, and it's a bit far for me to get down to. But Terry Wood has put in here the victualling house, victualling yard from Plymouth. And as it says there, commissioned to build in 1824 in the reign of King George III, with the mad one, that with the sole purpose of supplying the victuals to His Majesty's Navy. I think it's absolutely... And when you see, you know, this magnificent Georgian building, you've obviously gone on a very quiet day there, Terry. It's lovely. Look at that lovely stonework and the windows there. It's terrific. And the thing is, it's looking very quiet now, but of course it would have been an incredibly busy and bustling place. And you can imagine in like one of those programs like Pole Dark or other things, or the Anedian Line sort of thing, busy with carts and wagons and barrels of salted this and vinegarized that, pickled the other, all the food and supplies for the Navy. It's absolutely amazing. So yeah, very, very pleased to see that. Thank you very much. Conversely, we have Jurgen here. Now, Jurgen, I don't know how you pronounce your name. Is it Jurgen? Jurgen? Because it's you're from the Netherlands, aren't you? Tell me how you pronounce your name. That would be great. This, of course, is Dartmoor Prison. He said, I went there a while ago. And this is what it looked, and he's posted a number of pictures of Dartmoor Prison close up. It is a very sombre place, isn't it? It is very scary. You wouldn't really want to go and be locked up there. God, blimey, that gives you the willies, doesn't it? When I went, it was with Harriet. It was a very wet and horrible day. It was dark and foreboding, I can tell you. So not the happy day. However, on a happy note, posted also, Wendy Watkins has posted this. She said, you did a video about Greatham Church, and it was great. It was great church. But we have a Greatham in Hampshire. And she said, Victoria, our lovely puffing traction engine steamed past it. And here is a photo of the Greatham Church in Hampshire. So that's fantastic. Keep posting those pictures, because I really enjoy seeing them. Obviously, you've got to own them yourself, or at least have permission to use them, because otherwise Facebook will come and give me a slap. And that probably, sober me up a bit. Sober me up? What are you talking about? I'm not drunk, ladies and gentlemen. Tell you what I have been doing. I've been drinking. Maybe this is the cause of everything. Now, on the show a while ago, Nick Tan, music man, Nick Tan. And Nick Tan, we need to get you back on the show fairly soon, He brought in this little thing called a brickie, and he very kindly at the end of the show gave it to me. He was a very generous man, and this is of course what they use when they're doing the sporting, isn't it? They go, it's red rum for the thing, and it's coming over to the next hurdle. There he goes, it's red rum, and then he's jumping over this red rum. Not really. No, you put your coffee in there and your water, and you heat it up. And we did it on the show when he came in, and we had some coffee. And I've been desperately trying to find the Greek coffee, as he called it. But this is called Turkish coffee. Same sort of principle, I'm pretty sure. Very, very thin, powdery stuff. And it was £4.50 or something for this great big tub of it, which is 250 grams worth. And you don't need that much. But what made me laugh is, have a look on there, if you can see that, the nutritional facts. Okay, can you see that? It says there, serving size, 1 tablespoon, blah, blah, blah. And the calories, none. Fat, none. Sodium, none. Total carbohydrates, none. Protein, none. What's the point of writing on the nutritional facts? There's no nutrition in it whatsoever. It's nil point. Nil point. Thank you. So anyway, so it may not be good for you, but it's certainly not bad for you. Just sort of makes you a bit hyperventilating, as I am a little bit barking and a bit mad. But that's all okay. Do you know, says Elizabeth, the film The Madness of King George had to be called that rather than using the play of the title The Madness of George III because of the Americans. Oh, why was that? The Americans didn't like it, did they? German. Oh, German as in Jürgen. Yes, I need. You need to write it phonetically in English. Is it Jürgen? Is it Jürgen? Jawohl, mein Herr, Schmitten. Sorry, I'm going to offend somebody now. Is it Jürgen? Oh gosh, you're on high caffeine, says Maggie. Yes, I'm far too. The thing is, ladies and gentlemen, talking of George III, been to Brighton today. Been to Brighton with my lovely sister, and we went here. Where's the photos? Here we go. We went here. This is where we went. We went to this rather magical and mystical and onion-skinned the Royal Pavilion. You can't get up to the front because, as you can see, there's a metal fence in the way, which is a bit of a blow. But it's a lovely, wonderful pavilion built at the end of the 18th century and fashioned 3 different styles over 3 different periods, ending up with what we now see by John Nash, with this sort of Indian stroke Chinese sort of weird thing. I've got a few more pictures here of our little trip, and we walked round and we made a little film about our impression of it and a little few historical facts. It's very nice with it, but it's so unique and unusual, and for a moment you feel you've been taken away to, I don't know, Baghdad or somewhere, or some Indian Raj place. Perhaps not Baghdad, because that's all rubble these days. Here's one of the gates coming through, but it's you can imagine people flying in on magic carpets and things. Well, I certainly can. Or the spice train going past. There's one of the entrances with the big signs there, and people all lining up to go in. Unfortunately, we didn't go in, which is a bit of a shame. We didn't go in. I'd love to know what these are called. They look like sort of little chimneys when when you cremate somebody and the white smoke comes out, like choosing the Pope. That sort of thing. I may have made that up, of course. That may be complete and utter nonsense. But anyway, so we went there. We had to go to Brighton, you see, ladies and gentlemen. We had to go to Brighton because at the moment, as you know, or may not know, just before Christmas, on the 20th of December 2017, my dear old dad died. He snuffed it. And it wasn't unexpected. He was suffering from dementia, and he got to the point where life became pretty much meaningless and his body gave up, and he snuffed it. So we've been dealing with the death and all of that, and it's all been charted on the Naked Englishman, which is my audio podcast, which patrons of the Vobes, ladies and gentlemen, patrons of the Vobes, if you're one of the show supporters and sort of cough up a couple of quid a month to keep the show going, I thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. And I spend it all on very high caffeinated coffee, as you know. But if you're a patron of the Vobes, you get the Naked Englishman as a daily podcast. It's behind the scenes of my life, and you'll hear, all the sombre nonsense that goes on, as well as that happy joviality. Today, my sister and I were talking about our journey to Brighton, and we had to swear on an oath. No, not an oath. An oath. Not an oath. There's plenty of oaths in Brighton, but we had to swear the oath. We actually had to put our hand on a Bible, which was a tiny little Bible. I was expecting this swearing of the oath when you do your probate. This is for probate. I didn't mention that, but I'm mentioning it now. We had to do all the papers, and we handed in all the papers, and then you go in and you swear on the oath that you're swearing that you are who you say you are, and that you will carry out the duties given to the executors to pay everybody on this oath. And so we had to go to Brighton, and the probate office is next to the court. So we had to go through a great big metal detector and be swiped down and checked over, and all our pockets searched, and have our artificial hips removed, and our weeping noses mopped up before we could get in. And then when we got in, there was this sort of just simple sort of bloke there. Oh, have you come to swear the oath? Oh, righto then, mate. Just sign here. That's it. Oh, and sign here. Yeah, sign here. That's marvellous. Now, do you mind doing the swearing outside? Because I don't like offensive language. But the oath, if you're going to swear on the oath, do you mind swearing on the Bible? Do you mind swearing on the Bible? I've got a Bible. So he got this Bible out, and this Bible I was expecting to be, like the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, a great big tome covered in leather and being very reverent. But no, it was like a little Gideon's Bible that you see sort of like some little balding... Well, I can't really say that, can I? But a little balding fat bloke having left embarrassingly under a pillow in a hotel, and you go, oh look, it's a Gideon's Bible. It's a nice little Bible lying by the fire, and not on the fire. We're not burning the Bible. Probably upsetting somebody now. Oh dear. So anyway, we got out. They got his Bible, and out comes the card. I swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the... No, wait a minute, I didn't do it. And what are you talking about? This is the wrong card. And you're swearing to say that I am who I say I am, and I vow to carry out the duties of the whatever. So we swore at the oath, and he took it away, and he said, "Well, now that you've sworn at the oath," little village idiot had been wheeled in, swearing at the oath. Well, now that you've said a few sundry words to him, we'll take him away. They wheeled him out, and that was it. Then they said, all you've got to do is make sure you send the cheque for the inheritance to the tax office, and then we'll give you grant of probate. All right, thank you very much. Stamp. Next. And off we went. So we were there 5 minutes. So I said, look, we'll make a film. So that's when we went into Brighton, and we made the film, and I have yet to edit it up. It'll be hunky-dory, but it'll be out next week. So there we go. So that's that story done and dusted. Thanks very much. Steve Pilford says one of those minarets, oh, that's right, they're the minarets, aren't they, fell through the roof of the newly refurbished music room in the Great Storm of 1987. Went and visited shortly after, and it was still embedded in the floor. Ah, so there we are. It's a what is it? How do you pronounce it again? Minuet? No, yeah, because it's not a marionette. No, not a marionette. What am I talking about? Anyway, you know what I mean. Chimney. It's not really a chimney, isn't it? But it's a... Anyway, I'd like you to swear at an oath, Richard. Yes. Well, you're all probably swearing at me, so that's like you're swearing at an oath. So there we go. Claire Leach says, yes, Steve, you're right about the minute fell in the... Oh, yes, so that's good. Russell is saying hi to a mate. I'll get burnt. Yes, thanks very much. You're very witty tonight, Richard. Very witty. Very twitty, I think. I think I've overdone it. Lost the thread, which is why Richard is swearing. Yes, he's swearing at the end. Anyway. So that's something to look forward to. Other things that we've been asked, to keep getting asked, this is quite interesting. Well, fairly interesting. People keep saying, oh, you've got to go to Clapham Wood. Go to Clapham Wood. Because everybody knows, if you know the area where I'm in, Clapham Wood has had a bit of a reputation for a little bit of devil worship or mysterious goings-on, dogs disappearing. And I don't know if he's out there or he's watching, but Charles Walker, he's written a book about it. And I interviewed him about 10 years ago, actually, and we did take a walk on interview. I have to release the audio, actually, the podcast. We walked around, and he told me about the devil worshipping going on in Clapham Wood, and how he was threatened. He was threatened by some people who were up to all sorts of mischief. Now, whether they were doing something nefarious or whether they were doing, a little bit of the dark art, I don't know. I have an open mind on all of that. But it was very interesting to talk to Charles. It was a long time ago now, as I say, 10 years. But I'll try and dig out the audio and post that to the group tomorrow. I better write it down, and post Clapham Wood in irons. No, not in irons. Oh, I'll remember. I'll remember. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, how are we doing for time? We must be near the end. Yes, we've done 40 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. We must be near the end. It's been a long, tiring day. I've been doing my exercises. As I said, we've been to Brighton. I've sworn at an oath. And and now I've done the show. So I think that kind of wraps it up. Wednesday, I'll be back here on my own tomorrow. I will have our Vobing reporters, more of that thanks to Maggie and Robbie. On Thursday, the lovely Julia will be here with her freshly purple hair, and we will have some news. We will have some news about Glastonbury. So that will be good. And we're also off in search of a rather interesting magical tree on Friday. I'm off with Martin Snow. Where is Martin Snow? Good old Martin Snow. Haven't seen his orange jumper for a while. I'll be off with him on Thursday to Mickle Grove Priory. Yeah, there's a little event going on there, but I'll tell you about that tomorrow when I know a bit more about it. And hopefully we'll make a little video and we'll have that to come into the thing. And hopefully tomorrow also I'm looking at somewhere to go. I've got a couple of ideas. I was supposed to go and interview a bloke at the Sussex Wildlife Centre today, but unfortunately I had to cancel it. We were running behind time and the weather was changing and there was a number of reasons, so I'm going to go and rearrange and have a tour around the Sussex Wildlife Centre, but I'm going to leave it a couple of weeks because I want to see that in bloom. I want to see it when it's blooming lovely. So there we go. So ladies and gentlemen, looking for forward to the show. Forward, I see what you're saying. Very good. You're swearing at an oath as well. That was Mark Selwood. Russell Donald Bell says, wow, is that the time? I know. Where does it go? Where does it go? Before you know it, it's tomorrow. Before you know it, it's tomorrow, 8 o'clock, and you're hiding under the duvet going, oh, not that bald bloke with glasses again. Not the Vobes. Anyway, thank you so much for coming along and tuning in yet again. But it is time for me to rock off. I need to lie down, be put back in my little box. Prepare myself, you know. I've got to curl the nose hairs. Someone's got to do it. So take care, one and all. Thank you so much for watching. And I will be back. God willing, I will be back tomorrow with another show full of beans, full of life, full of something. And I will see you then. Until the next one, take care, one and all, and bye for now.